first? Who? Got first base. Who? Got first. Who is on first? What are you asking me for? I'm asking you.
So we're going to pivot like Ross, and let's move to our awards. We're going to go with... we're going to save the MVPs for last because it's going to provide the most discussion. Let's start with our Rookie of the Year. So let's do a winner and then second the runner-up for Rookie of the Year. So we'll start with the AL. I'll go first. I have Jacob Wilson as the runner-up and Nick Kurtz as the runaway for the AL Rookie of the Year.
Watch out for Vegas in a couple years, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Sheesh, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So everybody's agreement on that? No discussion? Wow.
It's hard to argue that. I would like to argue it, but the reality is that's probably what it's going to be. I would potentially, if he had a few more games, throw Anthony in that mix for like that second spot. Like, I don't think he's necessarily going to be in the conversation to catch Kurtz in that regard. I think what Kurtz has done has just been way electric, and especially, with what's going on, he's going to win it hands down. Like, I don't even think it's going to be that close. I would have given it to Wilson early on, but unfortunately, he took a little bit of a slide, and a slide, I say, like, he just...
Yeah, he's only been 311 at the end of the year.
Yeah, Kurtz just showed up with this immense amount of power.
That's the big piece.
That was just the difference.
No, I agree.
615 slug versus 444 with Jacob Wilson.
At the All-Star break, Wilson was running away with Rookie of the Year. Like, I want to say, like, our first few weeks or first few months of the year, Wilson was our across the board Rookie of the Year.
Now, let me throw something at you. Does strikeouts change your mind or make you think at all?
Not as far as who's
Kurtz's
winning it.
Strikeout percentage is 30.7,
but that's his game.
Yeah.
That's his game.
If you tell me I'm getting 290 and 36 homers out of a guy who played 117 games, I'll take that all day.
Me up.
Because he's going to hit probably 50 on the year. Batting 290.
Sign me up.
That's Kyle Schwarber with much better average.
Yeah. I'm okay with those 30% strikeouts.
Yeah, we're going to lock it in. All right, let's move on.
That was easy.
So the NL side, I'll let you guys go first.
All right. I'll go because I don't really have a fight in this one. I know Michael does.
Yeah.
I think the runner-up is going to be Drake Baldwin from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I think Cade Horton is actually going to get the Rookie of the Year nod for Chicago because it's hard to argue what he has done, even though he's, going to have to miss, unfortunately. I think that's, that's the Cubs' undoing, I think, in my opinion.
Could be.
But I don't think...
Him getting hurt.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it hurts him in the Rookie of the Year, obviously. And so I think he ends up winning the Rookie of the Year with Drake Baldwin right there. Durbin's going to have he's going to have his name mentioned from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But the other two have just been better.
Yeah.
Chad Patrick's going to get mentioned, I think, too. Chad Patrick's
Milwaukee's got a few guys like Isaac Collins. His problem is he cooled off in September because Collins was batting like close to 290.
Technically, Chad Patrick has 2.5 WAR to Cade Horton's 2.2 WAR, but
it's a pitcher versus
Chad Patrick's a pitcher.
Yeah, but go ahead, finish your thought first.
118 innings, 118.2 innings, 118 innings. ERA 3.56, I think is what. Honestly, I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
The expected ERA is the same though. The FIPS are the same. So Patrick's just gotten a little. Cade Horton has gotten luckier.
Yeah, which I'd rather be lucky than good. No,
yeah, that's
just throwing it out there. No, I wouldn't argue with it. Like, again, I don't think.
And I was mentioning, I don't think Chad Patrick's is closer to winning.
Yeah.
I think Jake Baldwin wins it.
Okay.
The 3.2 WAR, 277 average, 474, 123 games as a catcher. As a rookie catcher, that's a post right there. That's a poster.
Yeah.
Cade Horton, I think, is just the 3.5 ERA to Drake Baldwin's offensive stats. I think just kind of outbalance him a little bit. My personal opinion.
You're good.
I don't think either one is like, oh, this.
It's not a walk away, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's not.
It's
the
not
AL.
the AL. Yeah, it's not the AL by any stretch.
Yeah. The big piece, I agree. Baldwin is the runner-up.
Okay.
And Horton's taking it because of the second half of the year. Baldwin was good. Horton was sensational. And everyone pays attention to that second half. It's nature of the beast. What have you done for me lately? Horton was probably the best pitcher in the National League down the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And Baldwin was very good, but at no point was I saying Drake Baldwin was the best hitter in the National League.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like who's showing up in their position the best, and it was Horton. For me, obviously, I have a little bias on that.
No.
But I do think Horton is going to end up taking it. From everything I'm reading, it's the way a lot of the voters and stuff are kind of leaning from what I've seen right now. But we'll see. Baldwin, I'm not going to be crazy upset if he takes it because he had a really nice season.
Yeah. He had a pretty great season. I'd take him as my backstop.
They've got an interesting decision to make down there. So
yeah, they do. All right, let's jump over to the Cy Young. I feel like these are runaways, but they're closer than we think.
The National League is a lot more of a runaway than the American League, in my opinion.
Yeah. So let's just start there. The National League runner-up is Christopher Sanchez. He was my Cy Young pick before the season started. Unfortunately, our guy Paul Skeens just had the craziest season of all time. The last time we had a sub-2 ERA starter was what's his name on Boston.
He technically Skeens' season this year was actually worse than last year.
Why am I blanking on him? Who is this? What's his name?
Who?
The starter for Boston in like 99 to 2000.
Oh, Pedro?
Pedro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Martinez.
Yeah, Pedro Martinez. Paul Skeens runs away with it.
100%.
Yeah, it's
like,
not
there's
close.
no argument. I feel bad for Sanchez.
Correct. He had a very nice season.
Like, I mean,
he didn't make the All-Star game because of the Miz.
Right. Like, the dude has just gotten like.
If you ask him at the end of the year when he wins the World Series, he's not even going to care.
Not, but I'm like at the end of the day, use that as fuel for your postseason run.
And that dude is going to get paid here in a couple years if he keeps pitching like that.
Is he going to get paid more than Paul Skeens?
No. Hey, but that's okay.
There's not many people that are going to get paid more than
to take a team-friendly deal in Pittsburgh for some reason,
the
like
Pirates,
Frazier.
Man. They had Garrett Cole. They had Paul Skeens. Just Bob Nutty.
Insane.
Good job.
Insane.
I'm going to run over some of Skeens' stats. 10-10.
That guy,
10-10.
That guy seriously was this close to not even winning double digits because of how bad that team is.
He's an MVP candidate.
He should be.
Yeah.
Even on that poor of a team.
The fact he won 10 games in Pittsburgh is a miracle.
Some might say he might be the MVP.
Man,
imagine he's probably the closest thing we have to a Triple Crown winner, I think, in baseball right now, would you say?
From a pitching side, yes.
From a pitching side, yeah. Well, no, even a hitting side. I think he probably has more an easier time to get to the Triple Crown than Judge would have
I agree.
for a Triple Crown.
Yes.
So he made 32 starts, max amount of starts, 187 innings, 187.2 innings pitched, 10.3 K per 9, 1.97 ERA. Expected ERA at 2.5, a little lucky, but man, if you're getting lucky in Pittsburgh, props to you.
You're the only guy.
Right. Yeah, that's the only player on that team.
6.5 WAR. For reference, Aaron Judge has 10.1 WAR. Cal Raleigh has 9 WAR. So a pitcher with 6.7 WAR in Pittsburgh. Good job, sir.
Yes.
Are we locking that one up?
Locking it.
Okay.
Write it down.
Sure lock it in, as I like to say. American League Cy Young.
This one gets interesting.
This is an interesting thing, and I think we can make cases for both. I'm curious to see why you pick yours.
I think there are 4 people. Now, I think one of those 4 legitimately fell off at the end, and that's Hunter Brown.
Yeah.
I said, unfortunately, the run towards the end of the season got to him, and so I don't think he's going to factor in.
No, but I think his name had to be mentioned because he had a great year.
I don't think he's in the running.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think because of the end of the year, he gets knocked out, right? Like, I think the three players that you're looking at obviously are Fried, Crochet, and Skubal. And I think if Fried would have gotten to the 20 win mark,
more of a discussion.
I think it's more of a discussion for Fried.
Yeah.
And I almost might give him the Cy Young.
If he got to the, you think that's
if he got to the 20, not just because of that. I mean, obviously, you got to factor in some of the other things, but that 20 win mark as a starting pitcher is
don't see
huge.
It often.
Yeah.
And so,
but, I mean, compared to Paul Skeens, Fried's got those wins because his offense is just
100%.
Right.
But the Skeens thing is I mean, you look at the ERA. Skeens is under a 2 ERA. Like that's the next mark you're starting to look at. Fried is sitting at just under a 3, which is exceptional. Like I'm not.
You're really happy at that,
right? I'm not trying to, but in comparison, like under a 2 and just under a 3. Okay. Now this is where it gets really, really interesting for me. Because in my head, I wanted to say Skubal wins the Cy Young.
No question. Right.
Right. But I think the 18 wins from Crochet matched with the ERA not being that much higher, and then you top it off with the strikeouts, I think Garrett Crochet wins the Cy Young.
What?
You did not see him saying that.
I did not see him saying that.
I didn't want to. Like, and not because he's been bad.
Yeah.
But I just like he's pitched more innings. He's got
great.
more wins. The strikeouts are there. The ERA is there. And I think the ERA is inflated because of the park that he plays in.
Yeah. Could be.
All of that. And I think that this is the upset of like as far as the awards, because I think a lot of people, if you just ask them flat out and didn't give them time to respond, they're going to say Skubal.
Yep.
But when you start digging into the numbers, which I know the voters will do, I think Garrett Crochet ends up edging him out. Now, I think it's going to be really, really close. But I think Crochet ends up edging him out.
It is going to be interesting because obviously we're not factoring wins at all on the NL side,
right?
Because you just can't hold that against Skeens. It's not his fault. His team is awful,
right?
But for the same point, Crochet and Skubal made one separate start, and Skubal has 5 less wins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, part of that plays your team showing up for you.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, Detroit's a better team. Better offense than Boston. Statistically, record?
Maybe statistically. Boston finished with more wins on the season.
Yes, but I feel like September, if you take September out of the equation, which obviously you can't, you got to go all 6 months, Detroit's a better team for Skubal than...
Yeah.
But Crochet was just... Crochet is my pick.
I knew it would be.
There was no question.
It took me to today to make that decision. But I didn't realize the inning pitch difference, which, I mean, 10 is a small number, but in comparison to...
Yeah, and it's one more start, which, I mean, that's to his credit, because the big knock on Crochet coming into the season was, can he last? He's never pitched this much.
Yep.
And he's a dog.
Right.
Yep.
And it looks like right now Boston did a phenomenal job in making that call to get him.
So mad. Because, Terescu. Yeah, go ahead.
I am actually going to go with Skubal, even though my head is starting to tell me opposite.
When you fill out your bracket, just keep these numbers in mind.
We'll see. So, Skubal.
I think the voters are going to pick Skubal.
That's why. The ERA being at 2.2 is exceptionally low. I will say, Skeens being below 2 does hurt him. But like you said, them being in a hitter-friendly park up there in Boston does hurt Crochet a little bit.
Because then you look at the expected, and I know you've already
that's
looked
why
at
I can't believe you didn't lean into the whip
2.92
more than you did.
I haven't gotten there.
Because the whip is not close. Like, don't get me wrong. Crochet was great, but a .89...
It's strikeouts for me, man. Strikeouts and innings. Like when you got a dog like that that's striking out like crazy.
It's not
and Scooble's last game, I think, is going to hurt him.
It could.
Not because he hit the guy, but
the strikeouts.
He gave up.
I'm not so much like because Scooball's got 240 Ks. Like,
yeah,
that's plenty for me. Eclipsing 200 innings is a big deal, especially these days. Mm-hmm. That's if Scooball loses the race. To me, it's the innings, not the strikeouts. Because there's nobody else on the board that did that. So I'll go Scooball, but I'm not very confident in that.
0.99 whip, Carrot Crochet is 1.03. I don't think that's enough of a difference to make that, that 2-1. That's our first difference right there.
And I switched.
Did you? Last minute?
Yeah. Well, not last minute,
technically.
But I mean,
switched today.
Today, yeah. I started digging in a little bit, and I was like, okay.
It's MVP time. Let's start with the NL because the AL is going to be way spicier.
You would assume so.
You think? No, I'm just fine.
I mean, I don't think, but my runner-up is. I'll let you guys go first, actually.
You want to shift it up.
No, I'm not shifting it up. I'm
All right, what's going to happen for me, I think what it's going to end up being, unfortunately, I really, there's a number of names I want to call out. I think Corbin Carroll deserves to be mentioned. He's not going to be in it.
Yeah, he won't be in the top 3, but he should be.
He should be. I think Trey Turner's name's going to come up.
Mm-hmm. And it should.
Right.
Yeah, he's the NL batting top.
The one that's closer than I think a lot of people want to give credit is Perdomo from Arizona.
Shout out to that dude. He had a great year this year.
Right. And I think he deserves it.
Agreed.
But I think the name and the lore of Ohtani is going to win it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer decision who's winning it. But I think the number 2 spot is an interesting discussion.
I wanted it so badly to be Kyle Schwarber, and coming into September, I think he had a chance, but he had to have a phenomenal September.
I mean, the dude's got 56 home runs.
And needed Ohtani to cool off some.
Yeah.
Ohtani brought his home runs basically right up with him.
Right.
And so that's...
I think Juan Soto heating up knocks Schwarber off.
Personally.
Yeah. And Juan Soto should be mentioned.
Juan Soto should be mentioned. The one Met that actually showed up all year. Well, not all year, but showed up for a good portion of the year.
Close to a 40-40. I mean,
yeah.
It's just unfortunate because Shohei did the 50-50 thing.
Yeah. Meh.
And
he would have done it again if he wasn't pitching.
Yeah. But it's like, man, it's just hard. And like I said, the lore of his name, y'all can speak. Yeah. I'll just stop talking.
So I have a question for you. This will lead into the next discussion, but I'll still hold the discussion here. Should defense and all the other characteristics of not hitting factor into MVP?
It should, but it won't.
So, if we're going to apply the same logic that it should, Ohtani is a clear away runner. Yeah. If it doesn't apply, anything he pitches shouldn't count towards it, right?
Yeah.
I would agree.
That's the reason I wanted Schwarber to be closer in this, because in my opinion, the WAR is going to tell you differently, but Schwarber showed up when Philly needed him desperately.
Yeah, he's the most valuable player for that team. Yeah.
Ohtani was not that, in my opinion. Now, Ohtani's obviously a freak. He's a unicorn, one of one. But showing up for the team, Schwarber played every single game this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I wanted him to be there. It's Ohtani. It's not close. The guys you mentioned, Perdomo, Carroll, a couple of these other guys deserve to be up there. Soto, had the Mets not screwed things up, and had he gotten going probably a little earlier, and if that, maybe a few numbers are a little higher, he definitely would have probably been in the running.
So
I mean, I would even throw Skeens into this conversation
probably
if
should
it was a different... I mean, if you're talking on a different team,
I'd have to see like his numbers versus Kershaw back in 2014. But there's a very good chance outside of you take the wins off the board.
Verlander won Cy Young and the MVP, right?
You're
that
right.
1 year.
Yeah, same. Yes. If you look at him, I'd say Skeen's numbers are pretty dang close, if not.
I think he has an
better.
argument,
Yeah.
but I think Ohtani's
They won't
gonna
put him
win
on there
out.
because of the
Right.
Cy Young.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I wanted to mention 3 people, even though we've been doing 2, just because I feel like it deserves it. I think Perdomo is 3rd in voting, and I think Skeen's is 2nd in voting. I think Ohtani clearly wins it because a pitcher is hitting like that, which is nuts. The question is, if Ohtani was hitting at 100 OPS plus, which is still a good player to have on your team, but at pitching, would he win still? Or is it that crazy offensive statistics that he has that takes the MVP?
For one, his name just...
The fact that he's still doing it is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
his name
I think that
brings a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's where the marketing side of MLB wins out.
Yep.
And
I mean, writers are who is voting.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning Perdomo should be way, way higher. Perdomo's got 7.1 more, and Ohtani's got 7.2.
Well, and
right, that's what I say.
We're talking a guy
and
who
Ohtani's got 54 home runs. Perdomo's only got 20.
Perdomo used to be a hole in that lineup.
Yep.
And he was a huge reason why they had a chance at the end of the season.
And he got paid pennies, and he's going off.
Right. Like, huge. I mean, you thought this was going to be Marte if there's anybody on that. Or Carroll, one of the two.
Carroll, I thought
Perdomo
was
wasn't
really,
even on my radar.
Perdomo's Carroll's getting paid pennies.
I would have 100% seen somehow Gabby Moreno figured things out and got into the discussion before I would have put Perdomo on that list. So
yeah.
Arizona's winning on the offensive side.
Yes.
They've got an electric offense.
I mean, they've
they
got
can
good
figure out
pitching.
pitching.
They just sucked this year.
Right. They just got to figure it out. That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's jump over to the big daddy discussion, the big dumper discussion. So obviously the AL race is down to 2 people, and it is a non-factor, right? Nobody else thinks that there's a third, like Bobby Witt. As much as I think he's the best player in baseball, he's not in the discussion, right?
No,
Correct.
he's not. He's not even going to show
He's the
up.
best
non-discussed
player in baseball.
Him and Ramirez,
kid.
like those 2 guys. I feel bad for those 2 guys because Judge is just Judge, and then now all of a sudden Raleigh has had this emergence,
right?
And it's like it just overshadows everything that they've done. Both of those guys.
Okay, let's just real quick,
but just those
one
2
at a time. No discussion. Who's your number 1? Judge is my pick. Who's yours? Then we'll talk about why.
I'm taking the dumper.
You're taking the dumper?
Yep.
You're taking the dumper? You can't change your mind now.
I want to. Originally, I said the dumper.
Yeah. Are you changing your mind like right now, or do you change your mind earlier?
As of today.
He went with Nick Kurtz.
No. yeah. As of this moment, I'm building suspense. No, not really.
Jerry Pena.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Judge wins it.
Is this, quick disclaimer, is this you think this is what's going to happen, or this is what you want to happen?
This is what I think is going to happen.
Mine pick is for both.
Just, co-MVP?
No.
Oh. God,
I think it's going to happen, and
make
I
me so
want it to
happy.
happen.
Right. All right, I don't have to decide. Great.
This would be the year that you would make
Correct.
it.
Well, and the 2 players, like...
Yeah.
And
so, like, obviously the historic run of Raleigh, I think, can sway.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Right? I think it can sway. But if you start looking specifically at the impact on the game of baseball, Aaron Judge just is doing things that no one else is doing. And it's hard, like, because I want to say the big dumper. Like, everything within me wants Cal Raleigh to win the MVP, and he could. But I think when you start breaking the numbers down, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's hitting over 50 home runs, over a 300 average, and it's not even close because he's at 330. You're talking a guy that's well over 100 RBIs, plays defense at an adequate level as long as he's not in center field. Probably the biggest impact on his team. Because, I mean, let's be honest. We're sitting here and we're talking about Julio Rodriguez being the ALCS MVP, possibly the World Series MVP. But if it were flipped and the Yankees were in that spot, I guarantee you none of us would even hesitate to pick Aaron Judge as the CS MVP and the World Series MVP.
I think the disclaimer we should put out there, if either won, it would be a good decision. It's a deserving pick.
Correct.
100%.
This is not one of those where you're looking at and you're like, oh, no, it's definitely this guy. If you told me Aaron Judge is going to win this, the only part of me that's sad is the chunky
couldn't get it.
Catcher didn't win it.
Right. This, for me, it's that proverbial, picking the flower. He loves me not. You're just... Both of these guys, that's why I think it would be wonderful. It's not going to happen because you can't do it.
Yep.
To award a co-MVP. It's just not going to happen. They have to make a decision. And something in me says that the decision's going to be Judge, even though my heart would want it to be Raleigh.
The evil empire's going to win is what he's saying.
Yeah, you New York bias.
No, so we've talked about it, and I didn't even really put it together until earlier this week that and it's ironic because it flipped this week, and Cal Raleigh's teammates stole it from him. But Cal Raleigh was closer to the triple-double than Aaron Judge was because he led in 2 categories until this week, and Suarez took it from him.
Yes.
But... To me, obviously, Cal is not as good behind the dish this year as he was last year. Last year, he was the best defender in baseball. This year, he's kind of middle of the row, slightly above average.
He's winning the Platinum Glove for sure.
He's still, he's still up there in the top few catchers, but he's not what he was last year.
Yeah,
but I will take him slacking slightly as a catcher, putting up 60 home runs. And to me, I would argue that he was more valuable to his team this year than the Yankees because the Yankees were already here last year. They were already right in the playoffs.
Okay.
Right. And I would argue their team may have gotten more talented from a hitter standpoint this year than they were last year with bringing guys like Bellinger in. And then obviously Grisham had a sensational year that we didn't expect to see. Cal carried Seattle for a good portion of this season. That, nobody else on that team was hitting. There was a portion during the year when J-Rod was awful. That guy wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
The
for half of
dumper
this year
was consistent throughout the whole year. Now, given Judge has been phenomenal, so I'm not going to be upset if he wins.
I think that's an
finishes at 3. He finishes at 330. There was a portion during the year where he sucked for a full month, but he was still batting 370 or something because of how good he was the first 2.5 months of the year.
I remember us talking because he won MVP, our best player of the month, for 3 months in a row for us, I think. And I remember us talking, is he going to finish with a 400 average?
Yeah, he was so good.
I remember that.
Yeah.
For me, go ahead.
No, I don't want to steal your stats, so I want you to go.
I'm the only guy with fats around.
Right. No, I mean, I've looked at this is why it switched for me today. Is starting to dig into some of the other extra stats.
Go ahead, man.
So, you look at it so the WRC plus, Judge sits at a 206, Raleigh's at a 161. Raleigh's not even the second best.
Above average, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Springer is actually above Raleigh in that category, which is,
correct.
Okay. The WAR is a whole point higher.
Yeah. Vladdy's right there too.
Yeah.
There's reason Toronto's where they're at.
The slug, 691. Raleigh, 590. You start looking at all of these numbers, and it's just we are probably watching one of the greatest offensive players we have ever seen in MLB history. And the only way he's getting overshadowed is because the switch hitting catchers hit 60 home runs.
That's the big piece. That's history, and people in baseball care about that. We're not talking he's close to the record, and he just got over like Judge did by 1. He shattered the record for a switch hitting catcher or a catcher in general.
Completely understand that.
Switch hitter.
Right.
I mean, and he surpassed
some big names,
a big time.
Yeah. And I don't want to take that away because again, this is me literally.
Trust me. Yeah, like I said,
picking at the small fine things. Yep. I think if Raleigh would have gotten to 62, or potentially 63, I think there's not a question that he gets the MVP because then he nudges Judge's numbers.
He beats the record,
right.
Yeah,
but the fact that he got to 60, which is phenomenal.
Right.
I think
there's like 6 or 7 guys in MLB history that have ever gotten there. Right.
Right. And so that's why I say
Judge being one of those.
Like legitimately, it is just.
This is one of the tightest MVP races I can remember for a long time.
So Tim, go ahead.
I mean, you brought stuff up.
I told you I didn't want to steal them, and you told me to go.
No.
You told me to do it.
I'm just looking at Judge leads in every single offensive category except home runs and RBIs. Right. And he's only 7 below Cal. He's got 53, and Cal ended with 60. He's got 114 ribbies, and Cal ended with 125. And he's got 7 less games. Now, the argument that you have about the wear and tear and what a catcher provides, I think is super valid. Yeah. And if his name was Yadier Molina, it would be a no question. Vote for me.
Yachty hit 60. I'd never hear the end of that in St. Louis.
Yeah, I mean, and you shouldn't. You still never will, to be honest with you.
Probably not.
I guess one of the things that sells me is the Fangraph stat of their defensive WAR and then the Fangraph stat of just offense. And it's just averaging out the offensive rating you provide for a team. Judge has 79.8 offense, and Cal has 47.8. Okay. That's almost half. Aaron Judge's defensive WAR, which counts against his offense, they count each other in this case. I believe that's how it works. He only has a -4, which is not great. I mean, that's a below average defender in right field, which he DH'd for. And I believe how this works is when you DH, you're counting against yourself because you're not providing defense.
You're teaching me. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
But that's why Schwarber's WAR is down as much as it is.
Shohei Ohtani's got negative defensive WAR.
Yeah. Right, because of the same principle.
Yeah. And Cal Raleigh's only got plus 16.2 defensive WAR, which, to your point, is much lower than he was last year. And so even with those two offsets, Judge having a negative, Cal having a positive, he still only comes in half in the offensive positivity. Dude, I don't think you could take that away from him. I feel like it's kind of like a race with Barry Bonds versus Pujols in 2004. Knowing what you know now, Barry Bonds shouldn't have won, but you can't take those numbers away from him. 72 home, all the offense he provided.
Sure.
Now they're not apples and oranges, but every single offensive category except home runs and ribbies.
Yeah, and again, it's
7 less games.
It's elevated. Raleigh is elevated because he broke the record. He's doing something that no other catcher has done. And so I think that gets his name neck and neck.
Yeah.
But again, I tend to agree. I didn't want to because me and him, we've gone back and forth, Tim and I, on this offline quite a bit because I'm like, there's no way Judge wins this. I think
OBP,
Raleigh gets it, but
458 for Judge. Raleigh 358.
Yeah.
That's 100 points less.
Yep.
10%. That's pretty insane.
Yep.
That's happening. I the argument that a lot of people made, like I sent the video, I think, of MMA Network arguing the point of like, if average doesn't matter in the game today, why should it matter in this discussion? And I think it's a valued argument because you don't want a catcher that's got the slowest speed in baseball getting on base a lot. You just want him to hit a bunch of bombs and then go back down and sit down. I think that's a really valid take. But having an above 300 average in today's game, I think, is a worthwhile discussion as well.
Sure.
No, because nobody in the American League is doing it except for Bichette, Wilson, Springer.
So there's more in the American than the National League.
And Pena, and randomly Andy Diaz.
That's why Tampa won't get rid of him.
But even if you say Bo Bichette is the second in running at 311 average, and Judge has got 331, and he was hitting at 400 for most of the season until
a couple months,
until he had that slump. Dude, I just don't think the most valuable player on their team, the New York Yankees, aren't anywhere without Aaron Judge.
They don't make the playoffs.
They don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing with Seattle, though.
You totally could.
Yeah,
you totally could.
That's this discussion's going to be tough because
what did each player provide for their team more? And Raleigh has defense going along his side, and Judge still provided more for his team.
Yeah, that's what the stats say. I'm telling you, in my opinion, look, and like I said, we're for the viewers, we're kind of arguing, but not that bad.
Steam
history matters in the MLB more than most sports. And
completely agree.
We talked about this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Most valuable positions in baseball. Right field was not in that discussion. It was nowhere close to the discussion.
100%.
Catcher was in the top two for basically everybody. So behind probably, if not the best, top 3 or 4 best pitching staffs in baseball. And Raleigh caught a good portion of those innings.
If this player was a switch hitter, hit these numbers in right field, is there a question or a discussion?
No.
So him being behind the plate is providing the extra.
Yes, because
I'm not denying.
The outfielders of all positions, them, and then your corners. Those are the guys you expect to see the power from. Mm-hmm. You don't see any catchers. Like the next closest catcher was Salvi a few years back, hit 48, and we were talking like that was a phenomenal year from a primary catcher. 60 is, and like I said, we've only seen few guys hit 60, Judge being one of those guys. I agree. If he would have got to 62, to me, it would not have been even a question. With
secondary
Judge.
Question: does history of the players' stats add to a continual run of votes?
I think it's a double-edged sword. Voters can both get tired of voting for the same guy.
Yeah.
And also his previous look what you've done for me also matters too. Because you look at it and you go, it's hard not to say, look at what Judge has done over the last 6-8 years. He has been the best player in baseball outside of Ohtani, without a doubt. Whereas Raleigh, this is obviously randomly, he was really good a couple years ago, but this is different. To me, the catching piece has to be taken into.
That's going to be that's going to be the arguing point.
It will be, and like I said, you're splitting hairs with me. If Raleigh doesn't win, I'm not going to cry.
Right.
I mean, you can't take away what he has to do off the field to provide for his team. He's got to memorize every pitcher, know their tendencies. That's a lot of work.
Yes.
And that's why most good catchers aren't good hitters.
Yeah.
And I think this is a vote. No decision is wrong.
Yeah.
But man, Judge's offensive season is ridiculous. Right. And the crazy thing is, he fell off this year in comparison to last year.
Oh, I was like, what are we talking about? This guy?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
did you just read those numbers? Like, come on, guy.
It's kind of the same conversation like with Ohtani.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to me that essentially we're seeing 2 unicorns in the game of baseball.
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, it's
close to the same age, too.
Yeah, it's unreal.
30 versus, was he Judge 33, I think?
I mean, the only thing Judge could probably do, and he's not going to do it because he'll tell you he can't, would be to get on a mound and throw.
I guarantee you that dude could light up a strike zone.
That would be absolutely hysterical.
Yankees pull him out of the bullpen out of nowhere. Like, what?
I told you guys.
Right. But, I mean, and again, everybody said it. I'm not going to keep saying it, but the fact that, like, is splitting hairs. If Raleigh wins this, I'm going to be excited. I think it's well deserved.
Yep.
It's wonderful. But I couldn't argue with somebody that would come back and go, I think Judge should have won it.
Well,
it's just one of those.
It's so ironic for me to make this argument too, because I'm a guy that fully believes that batting average still matters. Like,
I very much, and I mean, I can't deny that as a value that I'm adding to this
But I will
discussion.
say, my catcher bats 250. In general, I'm generally pretty happy.
Oh, yeah.
My catcher bats 250 and hits 60 bombs.
Yeah, I mean, give me
See ya.
Cal Raleigh all day long.
We will next year in 2026
You
in
think so?
February.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
So the last three things, I think we're pretty locked in, but I guess two things. Are we going to see the same two guys locked in MVP for like the next 6 to 7 years? Ohtani, and if Ohtani pitches and hits like he's supposed to continue to do, Judge keeps going on this run. Like, it's going to end at some point. He's going to fall off because they're going to get older and slow down. But we could see those guys run away, maybe more MVPs than Barry Bonds, which is crazy to think of.
Yeah, you always have these one-off guys that show up out of nowhere to potentially take it away. Yeah, like Raleigh. I mean, like we talked about, even for Aaron Judge, as far as like he's the closest we probably will see and has a legitimate chance to win the Triple Crown in batting. But there's always just that one guy that ends up doing something, whether it's the average or the home run or the RBI that gets taken away from him.
And probably, except for Juan Soto, probably the only guy in baseball that has a chance to get to the 700 club too. Just because he started late, but the amount of homers he's hitting consistently.
I mean, this is what, his third or fourth season of 50 plus. I think it's 4.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So
yeah, I mean, he's moving
the second
up the
thing,
list quick.
And I mean, this happens in baseball, but I feel really bad for Bobby Witt and Jose Ramirez.
Yes, because they're great players.
They deserve
but they're never going to get an
MVP
MVP
so much, and they're never going to get it.
Well, at least Witt's got the fortune of he's a lot younger.
Yeah.
Poor Jose's right around that same age bracket, so he's always going to be the bridesmaid and never the bride.
Yep. Even he's lower in value than Bobby Witt, though. But yeah, you're right. Bobby Witt's got age on his side for
it's
sure.
sad because it's not like you can even go to the NL and go, hey, I can get my MVP over here if I play the same way, because you got this other guy that's sitting in the NL.
Yeah. We're going to lock it in, guys. Drop your comments and your votes and your picks and roast us in the comments for ours. Just a quick thing. The season has come to an end, so we're going to wrap up the season of the podcast for mainly just our routinely weekly episodes. We will pop in a couple times probably during the postseason and jump in and see how it goes. I think Brian and I are talking about doing a Cardinals-only episode with the press conference and news that's coming out and just react to it. And then we'll probably all pop in. Hey, it's a big deal, man.
For us, not for you guys.
We'll
Cardinals
probably pop in a couple
hear.
times in the off season too, but I wouldn't look for new weekly episodes until the next season starts in February.
Because it's about to get really, really quiet after the World Series.
Correct, yeah. But thank you guys, everybody, for listening to us, and for the few that have stuck out. This has been a really fun adventure. It's something that Brian and I talked about just starting because we can't shut up in the office and still don't shut up in the office, but at least we got our own platform now that nobody can tell us to stop. But appreciate everybody listening. Thank you guys here for, jumping in and being a part of this. And I'm really excited we got some really cool ideas for next season. Hopefully jumping on video consistently too. But again, thank you guys, and we will see you in the next episode.